What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Like always, like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, hit the notification bell, all that stuff. Just got off work today. I finished the book I'm about to review on Sunday. I don't know what the day was because my calendar was still on June. Anyways, I finished the book on Sunday. I've been so entranced into the book that I started after it that I'm just now getting around to the review. But don't let that make you think that this book wasn't good. Because this book, The Spellshop by Beth Durst, was pretty freaking good. And we're going to go over it because it's a very different book than anything I've read before. And when I'm done with her series, I probably won't read anything like it again, but I want to finish this series. Cover art, because we like to talk about that. If we can find... Well, I don't see any reference to the cover artist on here, so that sucks. I'm looking, guys. I'm looking. I ain't seeing it. So, I'm assuming there's no cover art. Whatever. The cover is nice, though. I like the cover. I like the atmosphere of the book. This classifies as a cozy fantasy. Never heard of that in my life. Whatever. You know what I mean? I'll give the book a 9 out of 10 just because it took me by surprise that I actually liked it. I thought it was going to be so far out of my wheelhouse that I was just going to be like, this is dumb. And there was, I mean, it was pretty dumb. Let me just, it's super fantasy. Like, you got people with antlers. Your main character is a blue chick and a spider plant that talks and walks and does this. And my favorite character in the book was the little baby cactus guy that just ran around saying meep. So, you know, it's like a little kid's book. That's what it is. It's a little kid's book. I don't even know if this classifies as adult.
It's probably young adult.
Young adult. It's probably young adult, but it's little kid to me. Like, you know what I mean? I see people call Star Wars books kids books, and I just cringe inside because I'm like, those damn books are pretty violent. This is definitely a kid's book, but it doesn't detract from the book. It was a really fun book. I had a great time. I had a freaking good time. And I breezed through it. I think I read it in like a day.
There's nothing wrong with adults reading.
There's nothing wrong with adults reading cozy fantasy. Sorry, my wife's all triggered.
Kids' books.
I'm just saying, compared to what I usually read and review on the channel, this was way out there. You know what I mean? I think I've only done like one teenager kids book on the channel, and that was Fear Street. I do have a Minecraft book that I'm going to read probably this month, to be honest with you. I've been sent on it because I didn't want to start another series, but I'm probably going to read it. It's short. But the Spellshop. So basically you're following the spider plant guy, Kaz, and your main character, Keela, or Kiela, whatever you say her name. And basically, like, their whole, like, little empire, whatever, is falling apart. They're burning stuff down. People are fighting. War. That's the beginning of the book. She's a librarian. She's like an introvert, sticks to herself. I'm sure many people can resonate with that character. How she just didn't want to be around people and stay in her library and all that. And I'm like 25% like that. Like, once I'm around people, I'm having a good time. It's getting there. You know what I mean? The hassle to get out the door, especially with these children's, and everybody's so slow around here. It just drives me nuts. So anyways, before I go on a long stint about that. So they moved to this island where Kayla's family had a cottage or whatever. And that's the setup of the book. That's the plot of the book. Well, they have to make money, so she opens up a jam shop as a front, you know, making like raspberry, blueberry jam. And but the secret behind the shop is she's going to like start selling spells, but she calls them remedies to help bring the island back to life, because there used to be these sorcerers that would go around and help all the islands and all the little countries or whatever, you know, with whatever ailments they were dealing with. But that doesn't exist now because it's against the law or something like that. So her and Kaz decide to open up the jam shop as a front to sell these remedies. And so the island's revitalizing. All this cool stuff's happening. She's falling in love with one of the dudes. That's her neighbor. And she knew him when he was a kid. He remembered her. The best thing about the book is they keep the romantic stuff. The author keeps it super slim. You know what I mean? There's definitely no sex, which is great. I hate sex scenes in books are so boring that I just want to slam my head into the wall and break my eyes out with a rusty spoon. I mean, that's how bad it is. They're terrible. They're horrible. They're garbage. So the best part about this book was there was no sex scene. I had to turn and look right then because I'm getting ready to eat 10 eggs. If you've been following the channel, you know I am a proponent for the carnivore diet. Been on it forever. And I'm finally having to get serious because I have gut dysbiosis. I'll talk about that some other day. Look it up on Google. It's terrible. Anyways, back to the book. It was good, and I look forward to reading the next one next month, The Enchanted Greenhouse. Oh, here we go. Cover illustration by Lulu Chin, cover design by Esther S. Kim. So if you watch the whole video, you'll finally get to see, and I'll know, because if somebody you know this book and you're like the cover artist, I know you didn't watch the whole video. Because I'll be like, I actually went over that later in the video. And so there you go, we get that. And this was by Tor Publishing Group. I thought it was an indie book for some reason, but it's definitely not. And you got the nice sprayed edges that I enjoy. I think I've read one other book with sprayed edges. And between that other book, which was something about a chick eating eyeballs, and this one, I like this one much better. I'm thinking cozy fantasy is something I can go to in the future when I want to read something, yeah, when I need a good palate cleanser, because this was definitely a palate cleanser, because it was no thriller, no horror, no action, no nothing. It was just straight up. The author describes it at the end as having a good cup of hot chocolate. Now, I don't drink hot chocolate, but when I used to, you know, hot chocolate was good. So I'll call it like a good warm cup of juicy coffee, you know what I mean? And she says this book began with hot chocolate. It was November, a little bit chilly, not quite cold enough to justify hot chocolate, especially the really good hazelnut hot chocolate that uses the overflowing tablespoon-sized scoops, but I made myself a mug anyway, sat down at my computer and thought I want to write a book that reads like drinking hot chocolate. And so this series evolved from there, and she did a fantastic job. I had a great time with it, and I really do love the cover. Like, it makes me want to dive. I said I probably won't read any more cozy fantasies after we finish her series, but I probably will. You know what I mean? I like that there was no anxiety in the book. Like, you knew, even when there was some like anxiousness going on in the book, you knew that nothing was going to come of it. So that was pretty cool. So that's the review today, guys. My next book up is, of course, W.B. Griffin. And like I said, I'm sorry for like Star Wars and Larry Bond, and you know, they're probably getting, and Battletech is probably getting kicked off my TBR this month, because I'm probably going to read one or two more W.B. Griffin books in this series after this one. I'm freaking loving this series. I'm loving everything about World War II. I'm fascinated. I finally hit that age. You know what I mean? I'm there. But I already started this one. I'm just over 200 pages into it already, so I should finish it. Today is Tuesday the 7th. I should be done with it Wednesday the 8th for sure. But that's the video today, guys. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Hit the notification bell. Later.